Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 10 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Took a chance on that return, and it did not pay off as he's out of bounds at the 10. First down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. Usually see better timing between this senior quarterback and his receivers. That one well behind him. This matchup, 2 teams in the top 5, just sort of whets the appetite for what we're going to see in the playoff, guys.
The selection committee is watching this one very closely because, David, both of these teams are easily talented enough to win it all, but only one can walk out of here with a dunk.
Well, and what does it do? It sets up the seeding, right? It sets up the buys. It sets up the whole future of the college football playoff, and I think you want to punctuate that. You want to leave a lasting impression late in the season on the committee and show them that, hey, we're the best in the country.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man on the right. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The completion well past the sticks. Alabama will get the 1st down. Tempo and overdrive.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these 2 programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these 2 teams were on a collision course.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown, Georgia! And the defense doing work.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Getting set for the point after. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes that Alabama offense. Quarterback checking off. Comes out throwing on first down. He's going to take a shot right away. He's got it on the left. Afterburner's coming. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it out. It's Evans. Makes a move. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs! He just took it the entire length of the field, end-to-end, coast-to-coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, take it. No, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that in the end zone, making a huge play.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Lowers those pads. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Across the 25, he's got room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They're bringing heat. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quick release on the RPO. All by himself down the middle. He's at the 30. Past the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he puts through the extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. When you see throws like that, he makes you believe.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
And gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge. And you can see the defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes that Alabama offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them. Got a lot of running room. He's got 69 yards on the ground so far, and he is closing in on that 1,200-yard mark for the season. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Power football with the run. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those running plays add up, and then you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Sweet spin. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. He's got his man. Touchdown tie. What a catch and run for 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this.
And that pass picked off. Looking for more room. The 20. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job on the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Makes the catch and knocked down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Handoff from the shotgun. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires into the end zone. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now.
That's the end of the first quarter. For Alabama, 21. Georgia, 14.
So now to start the second quarter, they'll line up and try a field goal. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together.
Second down.
Defense will get this back and get some stops following, get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, 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 the dog pound. Run the football, be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Zings it complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And the big fella with some yards after the catch. I ain't just a blocker, coach. Look at this. I need some more opportunities to touch the pigskin. Nice work by the big fella.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Hey, man, this fullback is a weapon. Nice job catching the football and then turning upfield to go pick up that first down.
Defense showing blitz here. Shows him the stiff arm. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He's looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All time.
Coming up, 4th down.
The Tide will get the first down. No huddle here for the offense.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Escapes trouble. The sweet feet buy a little time. It's complete on the right side. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Alabama pushing the tempo. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got a man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, and you could tell the QB, he drops back and he wants to throw the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the first down. Couldn't do it. Nobody was open, couldn't find anybody, took off to scramble. Great job by the defense reacting to it, getting him on the ground, stopping him short of the first down.
It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. They'll try it on the ground. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. He wants to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Swings it out to the flat. They get him down after he makes the catch. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Running back searching for a hole. Picked his way through the traffic for 6, but it'll be 4th down and 3 yards to go.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
He'll take it himself. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the outside. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Georgia.
1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. To the air on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Time dwindles toiling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get the first through the air. Time to take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He'll take another shot here. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He's going to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. All kinds of time before he fires right. Oh, look out. There he goes. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. They'll leave it with him. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Deep shot for the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. change. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. It's good.
That makes the score Alabama 24, Georgia 17.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Quarterback checking the play. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It's a reverse. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's going to be interesting to see how the defense is going to try to defend these jet sweeps moving forward. They've got to have bodies in the perimeter of the field with their
unleashes one deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. This one's complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of...
Oh, look out! gets out of bounds with a first down.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Tuggle. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw, trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Slips away. Trying to make magic with his feet. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the 1st down.
Well, it's a really nice job there on that 3rd down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
The offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the 1st down.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver coming across in motion. A designed run for the quarterback. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
On 3rd down, going up top. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. He'll try to do it himself, and he'll be brought down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short.
I love the play call on defense. You got the offense backed up. How can you create a safety? How can you bring pressure? How can you get someone home to the QB and try to get those 2 points up on the scoreboard? They almost got it, bringing the QB down at the 1 yard.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got him, and they convert. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Complete downfield. Flying down the right side. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. Georgia going up tempo. He'll set up to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got it down to the 1 yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back, you don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB.
They'll run the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Give to the fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Allen Amici and Ron Dane among the greats to play in Madison. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Air Force. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David, if they can add... He's going for the big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. The offense will stay out there to go for it on 4th down again. They're 3 for 4 so far in this one. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
That is how you rise to the occasion late in the game. Your defense had to come up big, had to get the offense the football back. They're trailing by a little bit. Now, let's go make this thing even more special.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Leaves it with the running back. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great field. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, they're able to get the completion right now, and you know the sense of urgency is up right here. They're in position to go win this game, Dave.
Yeah, and defensively, take your time getting off piles, make them eat clock, get in your defense really, really quickly, and make sure you don't give up any big plays by not being organized.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets away from one. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. Timeout called by the offense, 29 seconds left on the clock.
Well, as soon as he got outside the pocket, the defense smelt blood in the water. Everybody started pursuing it. How about the big hit on the QB outside the pocket? At that point, he's a runner. He's not getting protected anymore. Nice job. He felt that one.
This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on fourth down. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Georgia.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Wants to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for 2? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
So you think this is automatic? This extra point attempt is filled with pressure. And he splits the uprights, and we're tied in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Dances away to buy time. It's complete to the right. Nothing but green ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This one from deep to try to win the game. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. So here comes our first play of overtime. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. If you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now, I can play action, opens the whole playbook.
First and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. Caught in the backfield, it's Vick. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up in the air and getting the deflection.
They've got a little work to do here on 3rd and goal in overtime. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of his spot.
Not even a thought to take the field goal. They're going for it on 4th and goal. Touchdown, Dogs! And they score first here in overtime.
Make no mistake about it. Bring in the beef, right? Bring in all the extra offensive linemen, the tight end. You know what we're going to do. We're going to line up, and we are going to smash 4th and goal situation. They are successful playing a little bully ball with the big boys up front.
And the extra point is good.
Georgia, 38, Alabama, 31.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Off the play fake on 1st down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Going for it all. It's caught. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. He is having a day. Already visited the end zone 3 times, and he might get back there again soon, David.
I mean, just crazy. He's getting open. They haven't.
Touchdown, Bama! They got the score now to see if they go for the win or the tie. Don't assume on this extra point. They needed to send it to a 2nd OT. And they did tack on the extra point. Now 1st down here in the 2nd overtime. Quarterback will audible. The give to the back. Powers through the defender. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth, into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
A 3rd down try for the offense. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
But sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Does the drama get any thicker? The offense comes to the line on 4th down here in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. from the gun, the ground game. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. That score gives them the lead here in the 2nd overtime. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Here's the handoff. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Tuggle. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And now it's all 2-point conversion attempts from here on out. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. So here we go, dueling 2-point conversions from this point forward. Motion from the offense. He's looking to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Tuggle. They are stopped on the 2-point try, and now it'll be up to the defense. After the stop, now a 2-point try to win the game. Snap in the shotgun. Dances away from the heat. That's it. That's the ball game. The 2-point try gets it done.
This is like a heavyweight fight. Both of these teams have been trading blows back and forth. At the end, it's this offense delivering the knockout blow, getting that 2-point conversion for the win.
How awesome of a game, though. Back and forth, so many highs, so many lows, and fitting. It comes down to the last play of the football game, and not surprisingly, the offense executes and gets the win.